back in some national updates now. Today, the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir broke his silence over the custodial death of a national conference activist on Friday. He said that he would not hesitate in appearing before the judicial panel probing the death. He also unleashed at the opposition leader Mehbooba Mufti, warning that he would file a defamation suit on her for accusing him of murder.
Such allegations of torture are substantiated by either the preliminary or the final post-mortem report, then obviously somebody will be held accountable for that. But in the absence of any sort of medical reports, to level such wild and unsubstantiated allegations against my person or against any colleagues of mine, I believe is beneath contempt and is highly unfortunate. All I will say is that I have the absolute, total and complete faith in the process of the judicial inquiry. The president of the single largest opposition party leveled certain grave and very serious allegations against my person and against the person of Dr. Farooq Abdullah. I am not going to respond to these allegations. I am already in touch with my lawyers, and my lawyers will respond to these allegations in the form of a defamation notice, which will be taken to its logical conclusion.
Well, the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly today saw high drama. The Assembly was adjourned after an uproar over the custodial death of a national conference activist. Now, as the visuals will tell you, chairs and fans were flung from one corner to the other. Later in the day, the Speaker apologized for losing his temper. Now, the opposition leader Mehbooba Mufti in fact also demanded the resignation of Omar Abdullah. Well, the government today clarified its stand on the contentious 32 rupees a day poverty line, but the government maintained that there will be no cap for the social sector benefits to the poor. In an address to the media, Planning Commission Deputy Chairman Montek Singh Ahluwalia said that they are not trying to understate poverty. He assured that no poor and deprived households will be excluded from the government schemes. Meanwhile, Ahluwalia also said that the government benefits are calculated on the basis of the new caste-based census.
Midst of conducting a socio-economic and caste census 2011, and we expect to complete the entire exercise by January 2012. The Planning Commission and the Ministry of Rural Development will set up an expert committee. This expert committee will consult the states, will consult the civil society organizations and other experts to come up with what should be a methodology which everybody is happy with, which ensures that no poor and deprived household that is generated from the socio-economic status caste census is excluded from government programs.
In other national updates now, Telangana leader K. Chandrasekhar Rao will meet Prime Minister Manmohan Singh today to try and find a way out of the current crisis. Now, this meeting comes amidst reports that the Congress may be veering towards a bifurcation of the state. Now, the TRS leader and his followers have been in the capital for the past few days. Now, fresh raids were carried out by the CBI today in connection with the illegal mining in Bellary district of Karnataka, including on the houses of two MLAs, Munyappa of the Congress and Nagendra of the BJP. Now, Nagendra is a close associate of former Karnataka Minister Janardhan Reddy. Now, Reddy himself continues to be in judicial custody in Hyderabad.
The investigation into the murky dealings around iron ore mining in Bellary district is clearly far from over. Fresh raids were carried out in Bellary, including at the residence of Nagendra, the BJP MLA from Kudligi and a close associate of former Karnataka Minister Janardhan Reddy. And there were questions being raised about the role of JSW Steel, owned by the Jindals, the biggest consumer of iron ore in the region. CBI officials visited the plant in Bellary district, but the company itself maintained it was not a raid. In a statement, the company said, "There are misleading media reports of CBI raids on JSW Steel Limited Vijayanagar unit at Bellary. JSW Steel strongly denies any such raids." The CBI team visited the company's works and sought information about procurement of iron ore. JSW Steel has and will fully cooperate and provide all the information that may be sought by the authorities concerned in this regard. The Supreme Court has currently suspended mining activity in Bellary district following large-scale environmental violations. And it is clear there is a lot still to be unearthed before all the truth is known about rampant illegal mining that robbed the state exchequer of thousands of crores. Maya Sharma for NDTV.
Now, activists in Ahmedabad and New Delhi are protesting against Gujarat's Chief Minister Narendra Modi for the arrest of suspended IPS officer Sanjeev Bhatt. Around 60 organizations will be protesting for a week in various cities. Well, here's an NDTV Impact story. A ray of hope for Alka, a 21-year-old who has been battling blood cancer. A Rajya Sabha MP, Ganga Charan, has donated 20 lakh rupees for her bone marrow transplant after NDTV showed how the poor girl's family could not afford her treatment. She has now moved a court in Kanpur saying that if the government refuses to pay for her treatment, then she should be allowed for euthanasia.
The death wish of a helpless girl who has now moved court asking to be allowed euthanasia. 21-year-old Alka Tiwari has been battling aplastic anemia, a form of blood cancer, for the past 9 years. The family funds have run out. Her brother Brij Behari sold off the family land and his mother's jewelry to raise money for her treatment. He sells stationery to pay for her weekly transfusions, but cannot afford the 12 lakh rupee bone marrow transplant now needed to save Alka's life.
कोर्ट में जब एकदम अदास हो गए तो कोर्ट में हम सरकार से मदद मांगे कि हमारी बिटिया की जिंदगी बच जाए. अगर जिंदगी नहीं बच रही, नहीं कोई मदद कर रहा, तो हमारी बिटिया की इच्छा मृत्यु दे दी जाए.
बहुत कम समय बचा है, इसलिए मजबूर होकर इसने न्यायालय में याचिका प्रस्तुत की और न्यायालय से कहा कि केंद्र सरकार और प्रदेश सरकार को निर्देश दिया जाए कि वो जो भी खर्चा इलाज में आवे सरकार वहन करे. अगर न्यायालय ऐसा आदेश नहीं करती है तो न्यायालय डॉक्टर्स को ये निर्देश दे कि जहर का इंजेक्शन लगा करके हमारी जान खत्म की जाए, क्योंकि अब असहनीय दर्द हो रहा है, दर्द बर्दाश्त नहीं कर पा रही है.
Doctors say Alka has very little time left.
सरकार इसका इलाज कराए, क्योंकि उनके पास पैसा नहीं है इतना जो धन व्यय कर सकें इसके ऊपर, इलाज के ऊपर. बहुत ही गरीब लोग हैं ये. अगर इलाज नहीं होता कि या किसी तरह की मदद नहीं मिलती नहीं तो फिर इसके चांसेस कम है, 1.5-2-3 महीने बस.
Alka's plea will come up for hearing on Monday, but with each passing day, her chances of survival are diminishing.
कहते हम मजबूर हैं, हमारे पास कुछ नहीं इलाज के लिए.
With Arun Agarwal in Kanpur, in Lucknow, Anand Zarane for NDTV.
Well, up ahead on the other side, looking to challenge the numero uno of low-cost cars, Honda unveils its own Gladiator. We tell you more about it on the other side.